Welcome. Thank you all very much for making it over here this evening to join us on World Mental Health Day. I've got a fantastic panel for you.
Okay, so I've done a bit of a history graduate thing, and I've been thinking about what would be my 4 key factors that would have got us to where we are in 2030. So I think the first thing for me is about having a shared vision. I think this event was really exciting for me, and these questions, because we don't take enough time to actually talk about where we could go. We were all, busy in our day-to-day, kind of firefighting, trying to get things done, and actually it's an amazing opportunity to step back and say, what is our vision for where student mental health could go? So I think having a shared vision between all those organisations and the sort of membership bodies that exist for the different practitioners in health, and students through Student Minds, organisations like yours, through NUS, that we have that collective vision together of where we need to go, and that then we act in a really collaborative way. And I think that's what's really key, is that we are very transparent, we're creative together, and I think that's coming through the SMaRteN network as well. It's an opportunity to bring lots of people together that have different ideas and undertake fantastic research and then create evidence-based solutions. The second thing that I think will have got us to where we are in 2030 will have been a strong student-led movement for mental health. So I think you're absolutely right that the power is in the people in the room here. The more of us that get involved with advocating for these issues, there's already in 2018, I know there was a lot of work going on. We had lots of student minds groups across the country doing work. We had things like University Mental Health Day were really taking off. There were already about 100 universities taking part, but where we got to by 2030 was students really were leaders on their campuses. They were listening to other students, and they were around the table. They were able to influence their university strategies. They were able to influence their local health provision as well. Going on to point 3, so I think research-led practice started to become the norm. So supported by both the SMaRteN network existing, but also new funding opportunities that opened up to the higher education sector. We saw student services, counselling and mental health advisor professionals working together with their students and the wider community to try new things and to evaluate them and really be able to speak with confidence about what works. That meant that we started to really look at those naturally occurring systems of peer support and look at how we best work with academics and support them and their boundaries and their mental health and the culture they're working in. It meant we really started to be able to invest in meaningful digital solutions. We looked at AI. We actually started to think maybe this could be a part of it alongside that in-person support that people require. And then finally, I think a big factor, we're very passionate about how the grassroots approach to change things for student mental health, but I do think a big factor was also that the higher education leadership really stood up and recognised the role that they have to play. I'm really pleased that in 2030 we've got most Vice-Chancellors have made mental health and wellbeing an institution-wide priority. They've all signed up to the Universities UK Step Change framework. I feel that what made a big difference was when many of them themselves started talking about their mental health and wellbeing, and that started to role model that culture then throughout the institution. It started to show to students and staff that it is okay to recognise that our mental health and wellbeing can fluctuate. Sometimes we need help, sometimes we need professional support, sometimes we need other types of support. But others have pointed to the fact that the University Mental Health Charter was a big factor in shifting things. It started to make universities think, we want that charter for ourselves, we want to be recognised for best practice and really raising the bar in how we support our community. So that's, I think, the kind of key things that fed into that change, and why we're at a point where now internationally we're collaborating right across the world, universities across the world are looking to how we got this shift in the UK.